What if evidence isn't enough to change what people believe about space? What if even the clearest images, the strongest data, still leave room for doubt? And what if that tells us something deeper, not about space, but about ourselves? Space is one of the most awe-inspiring areas of science, but it's also one of the most doubted. From moon landings to modern missions, not everyone is convinced. Some people question whether humans ever walked on the moon. Others doubt footage from the International Space Station. And for some, agencies like NASA are viewed with suspicion. It's easy to assume that evidence should settle these questions, that once something is proven, everyone should agree. But human belief doesn't work that way. One reason is something called confirmation bias. We naturally look for information that supports what we already believe, and we tend to ignore what challenges it. Beliefs aren't always just about facts. They can be tied to emotions, curiosity, fear, or even a sense of control. Letting go of a belief can feel like losing something personal. Sometimes beliefs connect us to a group. They become part of identity, something shared with others. Changing your mind can feel like stepping away from that group. Trust also plays a role. If someone distrusts institutions, they may question the information those institutions provide. Even when the evidence itself is strong, there's another powerful force: repetition. The more often we hear a claim, the more familiar it feels. And familiarity can sometimes be mistaken for truth. All of this reveals something important. Belief is not just about information. It's shaped by psychology, experience, and human nature. Take the moon landing. There is extensive evidence, photos, videos, physical samples, independent tracking. Yet for some, doubt remains, not always because the evidence is weak, but because the belief itself has become meaningful, or because alternative explanations feel more convincing. The same pattern appears with the International Space Station. Continuous live streams, multiple nations involved, yet some still question it. Because perception isn't only about what we see. When a claim is repeated often enough, it can begin to feel credible, even without strong supporting evidence. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity can feel like truth. Social media can amplify this effect. Algorithms tend to show us more of what we already engage with. Over time, this can create an echo chamber. Inside these spaces, beliefs are reinforced. Contradicting views appear less often, and the belief becomes stronger, not weaker. It's important to understand this isn't about intelligence. Smart, thoughtful people can hold incorrect beliefs, because belief is not purely logical. There's a difference between skepticism and denial. Skepticism asks questions and examines evidence. Denial rejects evidence before fully engaging with it. Science doesn't rely on a single source of truth. It builds knowledge through testing, repetition, and independent verification. Multiple lines of evidence come together over time. In space exploration, this includes international cooperation, different countries, different technologies observing the same reality, cross-checking and confirming results. Critical thinking isn't just about questioning others. It also means questioning our own assumptions and being open to changing our minds. Changing beliefs can be difficult, not because people are unwilling, but because beliefs are deeply human. They're connected to how we understand the world. That's why understanding matters more than arguing. Curiosity opens doors that confrontation often closes, and questions can be more powerful than answers. Space reminds us of something profound, that reality exists beyond our beliefs, and our task is not just to observe it, but to understand it. Evidence matters, but understanding how we respond to evidence matters just as much, because in the end, exploring space also means exploring the human mind. And if you're curious about both, you're in the right place. Subscribe for more.